I really thought that I was going to be vegan forever. Stop! It's so good!
You can tell just how genuine that reaction was, getting high on meat.
Many are still in the whole game of being vegan, trying to figure it out if it works for them or not. I was not one of them. Nowadays, I suppose I'm pretty happy that it didn't work out.
What did he say?
I'm about to eat meat for the first time in 22 years. I'm gonna try a piece of this top part with the thigh and the crispy skin. I get what like juicy means now. That crunch, man, that's real good skin. That's weird to say.
Hey, the skin's the best part.
Over time, I started getting some health issues. Hormones, lower and lower energy, migraines, painful periods, just things I've never experienced to that extent.
So not enough animal fats in the diet, basically. That'll mess your hormones up.
The flavors are just oozing out in every bite. That doesn't happen with vegetables ever.
People making really, really convincing arguments for a plant-based diet. These people, these preachers online every single day, reading the studies, listening to the doctors. If you're continually exposing yourself to this same mindset, well, it's not like you have any ability to really perceive other possibilities out there.
The studies are pretty useless for the most part, and the doctors worship the studies.
I mean, it's got so much flavor in it. This one's stupid good. Oh my, it's like a butter I didn't know existed, but it tastes like meat.
Yeah, boy.
Bill Gates, who has openly came out on camera and he did a TED talk talking about the goal is depopulation. He supports veganism. He bought into vegan companies. He pushes veganism. That is very concerning.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
Yeah, Bill Gates has some pretty dangerous ideas. Clearly he hates humans.
You connect the health aspect of the diet with the ethics of it, the whole environmental thing on top of it, and you're like, wow, yeah, I've found the holy grail of lifestyle. That's really how I believed it to be at the time, and I gave it my all. And boy, was I wrong.
Veganism does not exist. No life without death.
Here we go. Cheers.
I cannot. This is amazing.
Wow.
Bees have
Why
been attacking.
have we been vegan for years?
I feel like I'm drunk on meat, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. Was there alcohol in any of this meat?
I think her body's just really happy it's been properly nourished, you know?
To me, I shifted out of placing animals' lives as more important than my own or as more important than human lives and viewing them more symbiotically.
Today, we are gonna try meat, or more specifically beef, for the very first time ever since we went vegan 7.5 years ago, and I'm super nervous. The meat is honestly pretty good.
It's good?
I think so, yeah.
Do you like it? Or do you already regret it?
I like it. It's good.
Of course it's good. You just ate food.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
My skin was pretty bad, and it was not as bad as it really has been at certain times. I was very militant. I was super argumentative. Nowadays, not so much.
She's doing it. What's that look? You like it or not?
No swearing. It tastes pretty good.
Do you like it?
Yes. I was hoping that I don't like it, but I like it.
Your body is designed to like it.
Before all the really angry vegans dislike and click off, I do want to mention that something that really bothers me about internet vegans are the ones who say if somebody leaves being a vegan, they were never a vegan in the first place.
I did not do it wrong.
This is just factually inaccurate. I was a real vegan. I did it completely 100% for ethical reasons. I really cared about animals. That was my #1 motivator. You're completely blinding yourself to any sort of critique or criticism or external perspective on your diet or on your ethical choice, which just leads to stagnation and complacency in your own thought process.
Vegans love all the animals except for humans. At least the ones that don't align with their ideology.
The only thing that I could have really done differently is to ferment and sprout every single grain, seed, nut and whatnot I would ever even consider putting into my mouth. And if you have to live that sort of life in order to micromanage your diet, question is, 1, is it worth it? 2, is it really what we're supposed to eat?
Meat has been the predominant factor in human diet since the beginning of time.
If you went on your instinct and your intuition, do you think you would slaughter an animal?
Yeah, I've seen it happen.
Would you do it?
Yeah.
You think there's a disconnect though, because it's like, it's easy.
Disconnect, because you need to know about giving birth and taking life. I've seen an old man kill a rabbit before, because that's what we was going to eat that night.
Did that faze you?
No, not really.
Did it put you off your food?
No, I ate it.
Nice. I don't think I could have done that. I think if you look at kids, they've got an intuition to eat fruit and plant-based foods, not animal products.
Bro, what are you talking about, man? If you've been hungry, you'll eat anything.
But we're not talking about hunger. If you're hungry and somebody needs meat out of necessity, that's different. We're talking about where we don't need meat out of necessity, where we've got a choice to eat plants.
Big muscles and I need protein.
You can get protein from plants, though, we know that.
How much plant food you have to eat to get that much protein? Quite a lot. I don't want to eat cashew nuts, I want to eat steak.
Brilliant.
I guess I'm eating bone marrow for the rest of my life.
My skin got worse, I was underweight, I was shutting down visibly from the outside, which is a great indication of what my health was like on the inside as well. I was open to look at the other camp. I went to the restaurant on my own. I saw the menu and I was like, damn, something in me just wants to order the seafood off this menu.
It is interesting, when vegans come to their senses, they often choose seafood.
Vegan for 5 years and I want 1 Hershey's Kiss. Is that okay? And of course, all the vegans were like, no, like, you're morally reprehensible, you're a monster, you'll like burn in hell, basically. There was absolutely no empathy for what the person was going through. There was no rational response.
Well, our brains love vitamins B12, B6, D3, heme iron, carnitine, choline, DHA, EPA, all of which don't exist in plants.
I had a piece of salmon that my friend had cooked.
I tried salmon. I had 8 ounces of salmon.
And it was literally so amazing. Like, I know all the vegans hate to hear that, like, that it tasted so good, but like, literally it was the best thing I've ever had.
I mean, it makes perfect sense. You finally listened to your body and gave it what it was crying for.
So I ordered seafood. It's very tasty. Thank you.
Humble appreciation.
The first night after I had that salmon, I had a wet dream. I hadn't ejaculated in months.
Yeah, baby!
It was at the point where I was like, I think I'm, have to consider eating meat again.
I knew in my heart that quitting the plant-based diet was the right thing to do. All my friends, family told me I looked a lot healthier than I did before. I ate a lot of raw meat.
This is so common when vegans go carnivore. They often gravitate towards raw because cooked doesn't seem to digest well for them as much as raw does. And I think it's just because they've messed up their gut and their digestive system so much with the previous diet.
Raw, grass-fed, biodynamically, locally sourced beef, it is amazing. There's no GMO, no additives, no hormones. It's pure beef, grass-fed. No plants, no anti-nutrients, no phytotoxins. Raw beef. Enjoy.
Humans, wow, are meant to eat meat. All the studies, all the claims of health made by the plant-based vegan community, they turned out to be wrong.
Well, that's because it's all epidemiological crap.
So I kind of had to come to terms with this identity shift. I started to experiment with animal products and I feel so good, very nourished and satiated, and I feel so much more stable as far as hunger, cravings, mood, energy, so much more balanced and stable. Obviously, this is a plant-based page, and now I eat meat and animal products, so
bioavailability of nutrients is abysmal from plants. My skin, when I'm eating 100% strict, just beef, it will clear up entirely. Overall, I've been able to heal, I'd say, 95% of my health problems switching to a primarily animal-based diet.
Eat meat, sleep, and repeat.
Bone marrow. That was really inappropriate, America. I'm sorry.